Mary Queen of Scots is a historical biography drama starring Saoirse Ronan, Margot Robbie, Guy Pearce, David Tennant, Jack Lowden and Ismael Cruz Cordova. It is directed by Josie Rourke. The film is set in the 16th century when Mary Stuart, played by Saoirse Ronan, returns to her native Scotland to reclaim her right to the throne as she attempts to overthrow her cousin Elizabeth I, the Queen of England, played by Margot Robbie. If you thought Game of Thrones was complex, well, as the saying goes, the truth is indeed stranger than fiction. Mary Stuart and Queen Elizabeth I were cousins, but that's pretty much where their connections end. Queen Elizabeth was a Protestant, unmarried and childless, while Queen Mary was a Catholic. Now keep in mind that the 16th century was when the animosity between Protestants and Catholics ran deep, to say the least. So naturally, as seen in the film, Mary is immediately perceived as a threat to Elizabeth's place on the throne. This leads to a series of dangerous scheming in both courts as the two strong-willed women battle their way through manipulative advisors as they take each other on. Saoirse Ronan is an immediate standout. The young actress gives a passionate performance as the Queen of Scotland with a fierce on-screen presence that demands your attention. Margot Robbie is no less impactful as the somewhat erratic and unpredictable Queen Elizabeth. She disappears under layers of makeup, which is symbolic in how it's hard to tell Elizabeth's true intentions. She oscillates between vulnerable and steadfast, although one wonders if that is by design or due to the lack of clarity in how a character is defined. The supporting cast is pretty solid too, with Guy Pearce and David Tennant on Elizabeth's side of the border, respectively playing William Cecil and John Knox with convincingly sinister undertones. In Mary's court, Lord Danley, played by Jack Lowden, and Ismael Cruz Cordova's David Rizzio are the most memorable characters. Their interplay drives a majority of the plot, which leads to the film's pivotal point. Up until that point though, the tonality runs between being mildly interesting to downright drab, as director Josie Rourke focuses on putting all the pieces in motion for the eventual showdown between Mary and Elizabeth. While historically debatable because the two allegedly never met, seeing Margot Robbie and Saoirse Ronan confront each other is magnetic. Equally mesmerizing is the attention given to the costume and set design to the point of being distracting in the best way possible. Likewise, John Matheson's cinematography elegantly captures Scotland's stunning vistas. In the end, the film's intended impact is severely hampered by clunky pacing and a convoluted plot that fails to engage. I'm going with 3 stars for Mary Queen of Scots. The film has a timely premise with a lot to say about toxic masculinity and women empowerment, but never gets around to it, despite its brief sparks of brilliance that quickly die out before catching fire. Guys, let me know what you think about this film in the comments below, and keep watching. It's entertainment only on Mirror Now, you first.